I don't just want to imitate him, I want to become him. If there was any doubt that Jaafar Jackson could live up to that mission statement, the last 72 hours of global box office numbers and viral clips have effectively silenced the skeptics. We aren't just looking at another musical biopic where an actor wears a wig and does a decent impression. We're looking at a performance in the film Michael that feels less like acting and more like a biological haunting. As the movie officially opened on April 24, 2026, the internet has become obsessed with one specific sequence, the Motown 25 recreation. When Jaafar Jackson puts on that black sequin jacket, steps onto the stage, and slides backward for the first moonwalk, he isn't just playing a character, he's reclaiming a legacy that has been dormant for nearly 2 decades. The factual reality of Jaafar's Billie Jean reached a fever pitch this weekend as the film grossed over $82 million in its opening days. Director Antoine Fuqua and choreographer Duo Rich plus Tone have confirmed that they didn't rely on CGI to fix Jaafar's movements. Instead, they spent the first 14 days of production filming nothing but the stage performances to ensure Jaafar's muscle memory was identical to his uncle's. The newest development from the press circuit reveals that Jaafar actually started learning the Billie Jean steps years before he was even cast, having grown up studying the Motown 25 tapes frame by frame. This isn't just a role he won, it's a role he was genetically and artistically destined for. The film covers Michael's journey from the Jackson 5 through the Bad Tour era, but the Billie Jean sequence is being cited by everyone from the rap to dedicated Reddit communities as the moment where the nephew disappears and the king of pop returns. Public reaction to the film's release has created a fascinating digital divide. Viral clips comparing the 1983 original performance to Jaafar's 2026 recreation have racked up hundreds of millions of views, with many fans pointing out that even the shiver in Jaafar's hand is synchronized to the original footage. The social media debate, however, is much more complex. On X and TikTok, the discourse is split between the performance and the script. While audiences are giving the film high scores for its emotional heart and incredible dance sequences, critics have slammed the story as sanitized. This stems from a major June 2025 reshoot where references to the 1993 child sexual abuse allegations were reportedly toned down or removed to focus on the visionary artist narrative. On Reddit's Michael the Movie community, fans are defending this choice, arguing that after 20 years of tabloid focus, a film dedicated to the craft is exactly what the legacy needed. This situation escalated because it represents the highest possible stakes for a family brand. For context, we've seen biopics for Elvis, Whitney Houston, and Bob Marley, but none of those had a family member playing the lead. By casting Jaafar, the estate essentially vouched for the film's authenticity. This is everything about influencer and celebrity culture in 2026. We are no longer satisfied with good enough casting. We want the DNA. We want the connection. It affects Jaafar's reputation by instantly catapulting him from a famous nephew to a legitimate A-list contender. He isn't just a placeholder. He's being discussed as a potential Best Actor nominee for next season, simply because of the physical toll and technical precision required to pull off the Billie Jean hat toss and the gravity-defying lean in Smooth Criminal. At original commentary and analysis, why does the Billie Jean scene carry so much weight? Because it was the moment Michael Jackson became the king of pop in the public consciousness. By recreating it with such terrifying accuracy, Jaafar isn't just entertaining us, he's triggering a collective nostalgia that is more powerful than any marketing campaign. It's ancestral channeling. When you see him standing on that car or executing the moonwalk, the brain stops looking for the actor. You aren't watching a biopic, you're watching a resurrection. Maintain a conversational tone, but let's look at the technical possession. It's a punchy, dramatic testament to his work ethic. Short, punchy sentences in the production notes describe Jaafar's rehearsals as obsessive. Slower, more analytical tone during the breakdown of his Jimmy Fallon interview reveals that he didn't have a background in acting before this. He had to learn how to emote through the mask of Michael's increasingly complex public persona while simultaneously performing some of the most difficult choreography in human history. This suggests that his performance isn't just about mimicry. It's about the vulnerability he brings to the scenes between the songs, where we see a young man trying to find his own voice amidst the corporal punishment of his upbringing. we have to clearly separate the confirmed details from the online theories currently circulating. It is a confirmed fact that Michael grossed $82.2 million in its first weekend, and that the film ends with the bad tour era. It is a confirmed fact that reshoots in June 2025 revise the third act of the film. The online theories, however, are speculating that an uncut version of the film exists, which includes the 1993 allegations in much more detail. Fans are theorizing that a Part 2 is already in development to cover the 1990s and 2000s, with Jaafar remaining in the role using age progression makeup. There is also a viral theory that some of the vocals in the movie are actually unreleased demos of Michael himself, blended with Jaafar's voice to create a perfect sonic match. The analytical tone of the sanitized narrative debate is perhaps the most critical part of the 2026 discourse. Slower, more thoughtful threads on Letterboxd are discussing whether a biopic can be great if it ignores the most controversial aspects of its subject. If the movie focuses solely on the magic, does it fail as a biography? For audiences, the answer seems to be a resounding no. They are turning out in record numbers because they want to celebrate the talent, and Jaafar's Billie Jean performance provides the perfect vessel for that celebration. This leads us to a bigger industry question. Will this performance change the biopic blueprint forever? If the audience and the box office prove that becoming the artist is more important than interrogating the artist, we can expect a wave of family-approved biopics that prioritize performance over grit. The upcoming response possibility is a world tour announcement. With the film's massive success, rumors are swirling that Jaafar Jackson will go on a limited Experience Michael concert tour in 2027, performing the film's choreographed sets live. If this happens, it will be the biggest life mimics art moment in pop history. The future impact of this will be seen in the 2027 Oscars. If Jaafar is nominated, he will be the first Jackson family member to be recognized by the Academy for acting, completing a 60-year journey of the family trying to conquer Hollywood beyond the music charts. The unresolved tension is the estate versus reality conflict. While the film is a hit, the critics' mostly negative reviews regarding the story suggest that the public's thirst for the whole truth hasn't gone away. The film gives us the king, but it leaves the man in the shadows of the edited third act. Ultimately, watching Jaafar Jackson's Billie Jean performance isn't just about seeing a movie. It's about witnessing a generational torch being passed in the most literal way possible. By the time the credits roll, you might still have questions about the history, but you'll have no questions about the talent. Jaafar didn't just moonwalk into a role, he moonwalked into history. Do you think Jaafar's performance is enough to save a sanitized script, or should the filmmakers have kept the darker elements in to make it a true human portrayal? Let's talk about it in the comments.